John D. Rockefeller was born July 8, 1839, in Richford, New York, about midway between Binghamton and Ithaca. In the spring of 1855, Rockefeller spent 10 weeks at Folsom's Commercial College, a chain college, where he learned single and double entry bookkeeping, penmanship, commercial history, mercantile customs, banking, and exchange. From this father, he had learned how to draw up notes and other business papers. His father was very meticulous in matters of business and believed in the sacredness of contracts. In August of 1855, at the age of 16, Rockefeller began looking for work in Cleveland as a bookkeeper or clerk. On August 27, 1859, Edwin Drake struck oil near Titusville, Pennsylvania, setting off a frenzied oil boom in what soon became known as the oil regions of northwestern Pennsylvania. Drake was the employee of a group of New Haven, Connecticut, investors in the Pennsylvania Rock Oil Company. In February 1865, at the age of 24, Rockefeller bought out the Clark brothers. Morris Clark had brought his brothers into the refining business for $72,500 and gained complete control of the business. In 1867, Henry M. Flagler, from 1830 to 1913, became a partner, and Rockefeller, Andrews and Flagler was formed. Flagler had left school at age 14. Not wanting to burden his poor family any further, he walked to the Erie Canal in 1844 and took it to Lake Erie, and then went to Ohio via a lake steamer. By 1868, Rockefeller, Andrews, and Flagler was the largest refiner in the world. Flagler and Rockefeller understood that the only way to make profits consistently in oil refining was to make the business as large as possible and to utilize all their waste products. Long before Jeff Bezos became the world's richest person, oil tycoon John D. Rockefeller was setting records with his wealth. Both philanthropist and ruthless baron of the Standard Oil Company, Rockefeller became America's first billionaire in 1916. At the time, Rockefeller was worth nearly 2% of the national economy, and, adjusted for inflation, his fortune would be worth around $24 billion today. For richest man Bezos to command a similar share of the economy today, he'd have to more than double his net worth to roughly $399.2 billion. 5 key management principles from John D. Rockefeller. 1. Be honest and trustworthy. The oil titan was a stickler for the truth. Rockefeller never fudged numbers or used ambiguous language to twist the truth, and he made sure to repay loans without delay. This inspired a strong allegiance from bankers who, at many points in Rockefeller's career, helped rescue the oil magnate's business. In one instance, bank directors balked at extending Rockefeller's credit after he suffered a refinery fire. Luckily, his reputation preceded him, and a director by the name of Stillman Witt ordered that the bank advance the money to Rockefeller without hesitation and even offered the businessman extra money if needed. Number 2. Take time to rest. Rockefeller bristled at the notion that he was work-obsessed. I know of nothing more despicable and pathetic than a man who devotes all the waking hours of the day to making money for money's sake, he wrote in a memoir. Unlike some of today's round-the-clock billionaires, Rockefeller worked at a much more leisurely pace. He napped daily after lunch and dozed in a lounge chair after dinner. In his mid-30s, he installed a telegraph wire between his work and home. 3. Schedule your day. Rockefeller planned his day like clockwork, and there was a mechanical regularity to his schedule. Each hour of the businessman's life was rigidly compartmentalized and tightly budgeted, from work to religion to family and even exercise. Number 4. Keep a close watch on company finances. Rockefeller's leadership style was farsighted, and he relied exclusively on numbers to tell him if the company was on track. The oil tycoon kept a handwritten log of all company finances and recorded every single cost, down to the last decimal. By doing so, Rockefeller was also able to create an objective yardstick by which he could compare his many operations and subsidiaries. Lastly, delegate tasks. To effectively preside over such a large corporation, Rockefeller had to entrust responsibilities to others. In fact, part of the Standard Oil gospel was to train subordinates to do your job. As Rockefeller once told a recruit, nobody does anything if he can get anybody else to do it. As soon as you can, get someone who you can rely on, train him in the work, sit down, cock up your heels, and think out some way for the Standard Oil to make some money. For Rockefeller, that meant removing himself from the day-to-day intricacies and dedicating his time to broad policy decisions. That's all for today's video. Feel free to share any helpful information we've missed in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos from our channel. Thanks for watching and see you all soon.